The good life, full of fun, seems to be the ideal.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another great day in my kitchen. What are we making? I'll tell you what we're making. How's that look right there? How about some cast iron deep dish pizza? Chicago, New York style, right? How you doing? My grandmother would often make pizza or different types of breads right in cast iron or like in a Dutch oven. So something I grew up with. The advantage you get with a cast iron is a lot of the ovens that we have, obviously in Italy, you're gonna have these ovens that get like 800-900 degrees or hotter, which are fantastic, and you can't do that in a conventional oven. You're gonna get about 500 degrees. So what's nice about a cast iron is it retains the heat. So when you're heating that oven 400 or 500 degrees or more, it's gonna actually grab the 500 and it gives you a caramelization of the crust you just can't typically get on a stone. So it's absolutely delicious. And what's great about this recipe is it's fun, it's easy, it's quick, and I'll tell you, it fills your kitchen with just absolute beautiful aroma of pizza and family and Italy and garlic and tomatoes. I mean, absolutely delicious, right? So what do we got to start with? We got to start with a cast iron pan, right? Because it's cast iron deep dish. Second, we need some pizza dough. I got a great recipe on pizza dough. The ideal situation, if you can make the dough the night before, would be great. Just remember, when you ferment the dough, it's adding all that beautiful complexity of flavors. But in this case, if you can't, a couple hours beforehand. So how are we gonna make the sauce? We're gonna start with some basil. Oh, I mean, can you beat that? It's absolutely delicious, right? And then I've got 3 whole tomatoes for this size, okay? So 3 whole tomatoes, fantastic. I got 2 cloves of garlic. Oh, man, I tell you, thyme. We're gonna use some prosciutto. So I've got about 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and you'll find that I love, if we're using red meat, I always like to add that thyme. It just really enhances the flavor of a meat. I'm gonna do a little old school Italy. We're gonna use some lemon. I'll show you how to use that. We've got about 4 or 5 ounces of mozzarella cheese. Oh man, I mean, just love it, right? The buffalo mozzarella if you can. If not, your store-bought will work. I've got about 4.5 slices of a prosciutto. If you can, and again, go to the deli, try to get the great prosciutto from Italy if you can. If not, do the best you can. Always gonna give you a better product. We've got some pepper, fresh ground. We've got some salt. Big fan of a flaky, again, a gray sea salt would be great, a Sicilian salt, or some pink Himalayan. How you doing, huh? So we're gonna, a little pink Himalayan is what we're using today. That's great. I always got to do my olive oil plug. So I own a farm in Italy. Boy, I'll tell you guys, if you get a chance, go to our Facebook. I've been posting a lot of pictures. We've expanded the farm and for more trees, but we have a olive farm out there. So Vito and Joe, my 2 boys, we make our own olive oil. It's out in Puglia. So just above the heel in Italy, absolutely delicious. And it's probably some of the best olive oil you'll ever have. The best olive oil in the world comes from Puglia, Italy. So it's grassy and earthy and peppery. It's just absolutely delicious. You can grab it on our Amazon, or you can grab it certainly on our Facebook or right on our webpage, Cooking Italian with Joe, where you'll find certainly a lot of our recipes. So, all right, so I've done a lot of gabbing. What do you say we get cooking? All right, so the first thing I want to do here is move our basil. The first thing I want to do, real easy, is I'm going to take our dough, I'm going to put it in the cast iron pan. Start with some Vito and Joe's extra virgin olive oil and give yourself a good few tablespoons in there, right? And before you put that dough in, you're going to spread. Be generous, you want to spread it. Now, one of the reasons you're doing that is it doesn't stick. Secondly, it's actually going to get nice and hot and it'll sizzle, I dare say caramelize, but fry the outside of the pizza. Now the dough is room temp. So I'm going to put the dough in there, and you're going to want to stretch it. And the key here is you're going to want to get it up on the sides, okay? So get it moving. If it's warmer, not warm, but if it's got those nice little bubbles in there, that's what you want. You got air in there, nice and trapped. So you want to get it up on the side. If it's warmer, it's going to spread a lot easier, okay? You're going to have to, if you will, overstretch it in an effort to get it the size and shape you want. I'm going to set that aside and let it relax for a minute. I'll give it one more stretch before we put our ingredients in. All right, so now we want to make our sauce, okay? So what I'm going to do is take my tomatoes, I'm gonna take a pan. We're not gonna overcook this. We're gonna actually, you know, almost in the raw. We're gonna just warm it up just a little bit because it's gonna essentially get cooked twice, okay? So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your 3 tomatoes. Second thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna slice them, and I'm gonna take some of the flesh out. Not a lot of it, but certainly some of it because you get a lot of water in there, right? You don't want your sauce too watery. So I just pull that out, see that? Again, not all of it. I've got all the flesh out. See all that moisture in there? It's almost a raw sauce, so you'll never get that out. It'll make the top all watery. So what I'm gonna do with the tomatoes is now I'm just gonna wanna cut them up, okay? So I'm gonna say cube them, and just cut them up. Again, we're going for a little bit of a rustic, right? So I'm gonna throw everything right in there. And then I'm gonna put some olive oil, right? Vito and Joe's, greatest olive oil in the world. So I'm gonna put, you know, 1/3 of a cup of olive oil in there, right? And then what I'm gonna do is get that garlic going, okay? So I'm gonna give it a little smash of deliciousness. I'm really gonna get it small, almost shaved, as small as I can get it with a knife. You're gonna cook this maybe 5-8 minutes. Perfect. Then I'm gonna take some basil, right? 4 or 5 leaves here of the basil. Oh, with the garlic on my hands. Oh. And then what you wanna do here, and I'm gonna move this out of the way, okay? What you want to do here is you want to take your leaves, right, your herbs, and you're going to roll it up. And again, this is going in the sauce. We'll top it with some basil, okay? So you're going to want to roll that up and then just slice through it. And you want to get it small because you want it equally distributed. You almost want it to dissolve. So I'm just going to take that. Look at that. Oh, with the garlic. Oh my God. It smells good. I could just eat that right out of the pan, right? And then I've got my thyme, so I'm gonna just kick that through there. And then a little bit Old Italy here. I'm gonna take some lemon. You don't have to, but take a little lemon zest. It'll just add and enhance the flavor of your sauce. Oh, so good. Pepper, some salt. Guys, that's it. 6, 8, maybe 10 minutes on the stovetop. We're gonna melt it down, get everything nice and soft, hit it on top of the pizza, we're done. I'm gonna get this cooking down really nice. I've got my pizza right over here with the dough, right? It's just relaxing or stretching. All right, it's been about 7, 8 minutes. You see how the tomato gets soft? So what I'm doing here is I'm just going along before I put it on top of the pizza, and I just mush it. See that? Just to break it up a little bit. You're gonna have a nice chunky rustic look. And boy, it's gonna just give you that flavor of Old Italy with the thyme and the olive oil and the garlic. So I'm gonna let that go another minute and we're ready to rock. Oh man, I'll tell you the flavor in here. Phenomenal. So I'm just gonna set that on the back side. This is warm. Give you a little trick here, okay? So that being warm is fine. I wanna do one last stretch of my dough now that it's had a chance to rest. I don't want any holes in there, but you wanna get it up on the side. All right, now we're gonna fill it. You're kind of like making a pie, right? So pizza pie, hey. So I'm gonna take my sauce, which is just cool, just a little bit. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Can you smell that? I mean, that is awesome. I'm gonna build my pizza right here, okay? So I'm gonna put my sauce. Now I've got my prosciutto, right? So I'm gonna take my prosciutto, I'm just gonna tear it, all right? And I'm just gonna put it right on the pizza. Okay, so you can do anything. You do sausage. And last we got our mozzarella. So now I'm gonna take the mozzarella. Oh, does that look good or what? I'm gonna put some basil on it when it comes out of the oven, because if I put it on top, it'll burn. I always like to put the meat down, put the cheese on top of it, and just give the meat some exposure. You're gonna wanna crank this on about medium heat. I want this pan to get hot. Okay, it's gonna prep it. That way when I put it in the oven, it starts to cook immediately. So I'm gonna get this going 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops. You're almost gonna start to hear it sizzle just a bit. Got the oven going as hot as it can go, which is about 450, 500 degrees. Don't forget, when you pull this thing out, it's hot. We're gonna go 12. Shut that burner off so I don't burn myself. Are you guys ready for deliciousness? Woo! That is hot. Oh. Oh my God, could not come out more perfect. You got that beautiful, oh my God, the crust is perfect. You got that nice brown caramelization on the top. The tomato, the sauce is beautiful. The smell in here is unbelievable. Can you see that? Oh, If I was Willy Wonka with like a taste-o-vision, smell-o-vision, holy mackerel. Woo, that's good. All right, I'm thinking we cut into this, all right? So I've got one of these, and I got one of these. I got one of these, I got one of these. I'm gonna stick myself. All right, so I'm just gonna take this and crush it. The reason I need the knife is it won't get to the edge. Oh, you can hear it sizzling. So don't go all the way across when you cut it, because you'll move the cheese. I think I got a little Dino playing in the back, so we're good. There's our piece of magic right there. Look at that. Whoa, almost dropped it, almost dropped it. Oh, does that just look great? Oh yeah, there's bits of goodness there. I'm not leaving those there. Woo, pan so hot it's still frying in there. That is delicious, look at that. How long did it take? 12 minutes in the oven, right? All right guys, here we go. You can smell the prosciutto, a little bit of the thyme, the olive oil, and the crust. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. Oh my God. That, probably one of the best piece of pizzas I've ever had. You got the crunch, and still got that chewy gooey of the dough right above it. We got the thyme, the mozzarella, the prosciutto. The sauce is perfect. And then you're just finishing with that chewiness of the mozzarella right at the end. And there's flavor the whole way through it. A tomato, oh my God. And it's got that caramelization of the crust, it just gives you that extra sugar, that crunch. Oh my God, it's absolutely delicious. But that doesn't bring me right back to the kitchen. What a delicious recipe, fun, simple, easy. I'll tell you, that is a great gift as a tradition to give your family for generations to come, guys. Thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen. Celebrate your heritage, set some traditions, have some fun in the kitchen, shut those electronics off, spend some time with your kids. Don't forget to grab some olive oil, Vito and Joe's. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next week, mwah, bon appetito.
The good life, full of fun, seems